Right. Let's talk some Dodgers. Not yet. All right, everybody. Hi, come on in. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. I'm Randy Tibbins. You know who you are. This is the only and best and first video podcast by fans, for fans of your Los Angeles Dodgers. It's called Let's Talk Dodgers. Crappy mic day, crappy throat day, crappy nose day, cold day, whatever. Let's see. We got a whole lot of stuff to talk about this week before the big series on Friday begins with the Mets. So let's get right to it for this October 7th, 2015, which starts with some late-breaking news. Wednesday, October 7th at 2 p.m. Pacific time, Dodger outfielder Scott Van Slyke said he won't be activated for the National League Division Series because of an injured right wrist, probably clearing a spot for Yasiel Puig. Oh, that's all right. Don Mattingly said the players have been informed of their roles, but the roster won't be announced officially until it is submitted to MLB on Friday. All right. Let's move on with the news. Wait, another late breaker. Also heard around town today was a rumor that the guy who's sharing this cold with me, Vin Scully, well, he didn't really share it with me, but Vin Scully's not well yet, or that something bigger is wrong. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody's talking. No word or rumors from this department, but we'll try to stay up on top of the story. Scully should be broadcasting the game for flagship AM 570 KLAC starting on Friday, but some rumors are saying that he is not going to be able to. Hopefully we'll find out what's going on before Friday. I'll let you know. We should be back Friday with another show. Now, on to the regular news. As reported on Monday, starting times for the Mets series in the NLDS. The Friday opener against the Mets of the National League Division Series has been scheduled to begin at 6:45 Pacific time. That's 9:45 East Coast time. How weird is that? While the Saturday game has a starting time of 6:07 p.m. Western time and 9:07 Eastern time. I don't know. Does that make sense to anybody? Why are they doing it so early here and late there? Why don't they do about 7? Well, 6. Actually, 5 o'clock would be 8 o'clock there, or usually 4 o'clock for a 7 o'clock start there. I don't know. You got me. We'll see. Let's see how equally as weird it is for Game 3 on Monday in New York. We don't know yet. They haven't announced that game yet. The Dodgers have officially announced their starting pitchers for the first 2 games in Los Angeles. Clayton Kershaw has 16-7 record and his 2.13 ERA. I said his 2.13 ERA. Thank you. We'll start Game 1, and Zach Greinke, 19-3, with his 1.66 ERA. Going to start Game 2. The Mets said they're going to counter with their guy Jacob deGrom, who's 14-8 with a 2.60 ERA in the opener, and Noah Syndergaard, 9-7 with a 3.24 in Game 2. And as we said, just do an injury report and moves. Puig is available for play, and he's being activated when Scott Van Slyke is not going to be on the roster for the NLDS. Okay, let's do some fun stuff because we got a lot of it. Well, here's something we wanted to do last time. We kind of forgot. As announced in all the media, except for here, we didn't really bring the story because it wasn't. I mean, it's a big story to me personally. I don't know if you care as much as I do. Do you care? But that's right.
Do you care?
Yeah, I do. Nancy B. Heffley, our fine organist since the last time the Dodgers were in a World Series, 1988, says she's going to retire at the conclusion of the Dodgers' involvement in the season, which means the playoffs and hopefully World Series. She began with the 1988 season and their World Series that year. So it'd be nice for her to go out in style playing for yet another World Series. Let's play some Nancy B. Heffley. Yeah. She's great. Gonna miss you, Nancy. Charge. 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 Yeah. Go Blue! We're going to give you some more, we're going to give you some more Nancy B. Heffley later in the week. Great lady. My niece has sung the anthem at Dodger Stadium twice. She said she's a delightful lady. And, of course, she's a great musician, as we all know. All right, some shout-outs. I got a couple shout-outs. So this first one comes from Roberto's Dodger Baseball live stream page on Facebook. He's the guy that provided the bootleg live stream to everybody in Dodger land who wanted to watch the games for free that don't get Time Warner Cable. So hats off to Roberto and his group. And a guy named Peter B., another guy involved there, who was really jonesing for some Dodger action, I guess. He wondered about another great forum to talk about some Dodgers since he was having withdrawals from the one he'd been in, I guess. I don't know. But, well, right here, Peter. Here we are. Let's talk Dodgers. Just bring in your questions. Send them to. You can send them to me personally this way. Let's do this. Give you all the stuff here. Send your questions to letstalkdodgers@gmail.com. I'll get you on and give you a shout out like I did for Peter B. You can also give us flip us a line right through our Let's Talk Dodgers page right here on Facebook. Or, if you're brave enough and you have an account there, go into YouTube. Let's Talk Dodgers 13 is our page. You can send me a message right through that page. And whenever I get a note from you or something that I want to talk about or you want to talk about, I'll bring it up here in the show, and I'll give you a shout-out, just like I did for Peter. Yeah, Peter. Good thing you don't have to worry about any bootleg feeds for the playoffs, because the Dodgers NLDS with the Mets is going to be on TBS, and everybody everywhere pretty much gets that, I hope. And then, I don't know, anybody going to be streaming that one? I don't see why you should. Maybe those people don't have television. I know a few that don't. And also, I believe Fox is carrying all the NLCS stuff and World Series, so that's one thing. Other shout-outs today. How about John S., Rick H., and Sandra M.? Sandra M. got a Let's Talk Dodgers announcement from somebody that shared it with her. So way to go, Sandra. I hope you join the club here and get in some licks here for Let's Talk Dodgers. We podcast 3 times a week during the season, hopefully, unless there's business or illness. This time illness didn't stop me. You guys inspired me. Or as the course said, you inspired me, man. And also, we go at least once a week in the off-season, sometimes more if there's big breaking news like we had today. But in the off-season, we'll probably take a break from the end of the World Series, after we win the World Series, of course. Right. And we'll probably take a break until about Thanksgiving, and then we come back after Thanksgiving to get ready for the winter meetings. So we'll have shows going on in the off-season. Of course, regular Dodger Talk, which is podcasted from KLAC's website, you can get that all year round. Those guys start up in January. So they start after they stop after the World Series, and they pick up in January. But we go right through the winter, so that's going to be a lot of fun if you guys want to talk some Dodgers in the off-season. So Peter and company, you guys want to, you're jonesing for some Dodger talk. Let's talk some Dodgers right here. Let's Talk Dodgers. It's the name of the podcast. We got some other fun stuff today. Stat of the day. This one comes to you from ESPN Stats and Information. In case I didn't mention it last time, or you guys didn't hear it when I was saying it last time. I think I said this last time. If you're like me and you love baseball and you want to, I don't even know, did they do the fan cave this year on MLB? I don't know. If you want to watch every game in the MLB this season and you weren't in the fan cave, it would have taken you 304 days, 23 hours, and 34 minutes. Wow. That's every freaking game of every team. That's nuts. Here's one from the AP News I thought was pretty cool. MLB averaged 30,517 let's start over. MLB averaged 30,517 fans at games this season, up slightly from the previous 2 years and the sport's 7th highest mark. Total attendance was 74.76 million people went through the turnstiles this year. That's an increase of 30,000. Yeah, I'll clap for that too. Increase of 30,000 from last year. There were 4 fewer dates this season too, so they did it with fewer dates. That's amazing. And I've got a stat. Where the heck is that other one I put in here? It's coming up in the Do You Care section. Another stat later. Let's see how they match up. Promised you last time I'd give you some stats on how the two teams match up. Just briefly, okay? Well, the Dodgers were 92 and 70 this year. The Mets were 90 and 72, so the Dodgers won 2 more games than the Mets. But their hitting and their pitching is very close. Check this out. Dodgers hitting in home runs 187, the Mets 177. Dodgers doubles 263, and the Mets 295. They got about 31. In triples this year, Dodgers had 26, the Mets had 17. Batting average, the Dodgers hit 250, the Mets hit 244, very close. On-base percentage, Dodgers are 326 and the Mets were 312, also pretty close. How are they in pitching, you might be wondering? Crappy mic day, crappy voice day. In the pitching department, the Dodgers had a team ERA of 3.44, of course, considerably lower for the starters. 3.44. The Mets had, check this out, the Mets ERA was 3.43. Wow. 1/10 of a point. 1/100th of a point. Batting average against, Dodgers had 242, the Mets 243. I mean, how much closer do you want it? Teams are very close in most of these categories, even the ones I didn't tell you about. Here's a Do You Care? We always do these. If there's something that people do or don't care about, former Dodgers doing stuff. Okay, D. Gordon won the batting title for the National League. 333 average for Miami, beating out what's the guy's name of the Nationals? See, he didn't make it. He's number 2. We don't care. But about D. Gordon winning the batting championship.
Do you care?
Well, I kind of do because of this stat. This is from Elias Sports Bureau. This is very cool. Dee Gordon became the first National League, and we had to trade him away, of course. Dee Gordon became the first National League player to lead the league in batting average, 333, and stolen bases, 58, in the same season since Jackie Robinson did it in 1949. Wow. And we traded that guy away. Wow. How about that? Maybe we'll get him back someday. Never know. All right, this date in Dodger history, we always do that. October 7th, 1978 is the year this time. We're trying to give the boys some, spirit here with clinching pennants and stuff. The Dodgers won the pennant on this date, 1978, as Bill Russell's 10th inning single scored Ron Cey in Game 4 of the NLCS. Dusty Baker collected 4 hits as the Dodgers beat the Phillies 4-3. Wow. And there are also a few Dodger birthdays today. Former Dodger pitching coach from 1969 to 1980 was a fellow named Red Adams. He was born on this date in 1921. We'll tell you about it in just a second. And Rudy Law was born on this date in 1956. Don Sutton said in his induction to the Hall of Fame of Baseball in July of 98, he said, quote, "No person ever meant more to my career than Red Adams. Without him, I would not be standing in Cooperstown today." Red Adams is still alive and well at 93. And he's currently at 23rd on the list of 100 oldest Major League Baseball players still alive. He played 1 season for the Cubs, but he was a pitching master forever. And Red Adams still kicking at 93. Wow, that's really something. All right, let's get you out to the ballpark. We're going to repeat this information again on Friday. We're going to do a show on Friday, you can bet. There's going to be more news coming out. NLDS Game 1, Friday, 10-9. Clayton Kershaw, 16-7 with a 2.13 ERA versus Jacob deGrom, 14-8 with a 2.60 ERA. 6:45 on TBS. Thank you very much. And the Dodger flagship, 5:70 a.m. KLAC, hopefully with Vin Scully. We'll tell you more on that on Friday. NLDS Game 2, Zach Greinke, 19-3. 1.66 ERA, as we've been saying. Noah Syndergaard, 9-7 with a 3.24 ERA. 6:07 p.m. TBS. Ernie Johnson will be on the play-by-play with analysts Ron Darling and Cal Ripken Jr., plus reporter Sam Ryan on the sidelines. Broadcast on TBS brings you the NLDS. And we have more breaking news. That's right. There is going to be a game-watching party for Let's Talk Dodgers. We've been doing them all year. We've been doing them for the last 2 years. We're going to meet at West Hills Pizza in Canoga Park. It's at the corner of, Satakoy and Fallbrook in West Hills, just above Woodland Hills. And I'll be there maybe around 5 or 6 for the game, maybe even with some family, who knows. But it's going to be at West Hills Pizza. They have great pizza, great sandwiches, great subs, great salads, great everything. The owner is a Giants fan, but don't get all over him, because the guy opened up opening day on Monday, when he's usually closed on Mondays. He opened up for our 1 o'clock game when we opened the season this year, and I was there. So hats off to that guy. I forget his name. I got to get his name back. But anyway, West Hills Pizza. You can Google it, or you can look it up on Yelp or whatever. It's at the corner of Satakoy and Fallbrook, and I'm going to be there to watch Game 2 of the NLDS. And Zach Greinke, our hopefully Cy Young Award winner, maybe we'll have 2 co-award winners with Kershaw too. You never know. All right, but we'll be there. So that's our game watching party for Game 2. We could have another one if it goes deeper into the NLCS. We'll let you know on Monday before Game 3, and we'll talk about stuff like that. So we'll see how it goes. All right, what else do we have here? Yeah, check out all the great photography from John Sue's blog at dodgersphotog.mlblogs.com. Bill Russell is signing at the Frankenstein Collectible Show at 10 a.m. on Saturday, October 10th. Yeah, that's right. On San Jose Avenue in City of Industry. Steve Garvey at 1 p.m., also on October 10th, at the 63rd Annual California RV Show at the Fairplex in Pomona, Gate 9. That's 1101 West McKinley Avenue in Pomona. How about that for some signing going on this next week? We'll hopefully have some more signing for you as the winter continues, because as the season ends, more guys are going to be signing all over the Southland, so we'll try to keep you posted. All right, that is going to do it. This is Randy. I hope you come on back on Friday. Pull up a chair, sit down, relax, and let's talk Dodgers. And before we do that, let's remind you of winning Game 1. We got to get that in their heads. Here it comes. Got to win Game 1. That's right. That's right. Win Game 1, everybody. I'll see you next time right here on Let's Talk Dodgers. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye-bye. Go Blue!